Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm bringing you from Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures. This is Power Slash Dinobot Snarl. Now, it's very rare that I find Cyberverse figures here in Japan. I was at my local hobby shop, saw this guy, decided to pick him up, got him for a decent price. But yeah, it's very rare that you find anything but Studio Series figures here on the shelves. I get most of my stuff online, so finding this in the wild, I was just ecstatic. So grabbed him up, and now we're going on to the review. So let's take a look at the packaging here. So you have Snarl in his Dyno Mode up there, looking really cool. A little picture of Bumblebee there, and a huge Autobot symbol on the upper right, Transformers down the side. There you see Power Slash Dinobot Snarl. You have a little bit of a cartoon image of him there. And on the side, he is a warrior class. Action attackers, you see other characters in the line, Grimlock, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee. You have your product information on the bottom, nothing on the side. You get your product shots on the back. Dinobot Snarl, he is a heroic Autobot, and his function is a skeptical Dinobot ally. I didn't realize he was skeptical, but that's what it says. Activation, so convert to activate. There he is in his robot mode. Actually, this guy looks pretty cool. From the Dinobots Unite line there, you see Snarl converts in 11 steps from his Dyno Mode to his robot mode. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what Power Slash Dinobot Snarl is all about. Alright, so here we have Action Attacker Dinobot Snarl out of the packaging. And before we get into his details, let's take a look at the accessories he comes with. He does come with his sword here. And I was actually quite surprised. This is a soft plastic. I thought it was like a hard plastic, but it is a soft plastic, which is very unfortunate. I kind of hate when they do this because, as you can see, it tends to kind of warp a little bit. I know you can sort of, heat up some water and put it over the steam to sort of straighten it out and stuff, but I kind of wish it was just done in a hard plastic. But nevertheless, it is actually a very cool looking sword. You get some nice sculpt work there on the handle and on the sword itself. So there it is, and he can just fit that very easily in his hand. And also a bit of a parts former here. He does come with this huge honking tailpiece here, which is actually very nice. Again, this upper part is done in that soft plastic, and the rest of it is in a hard plastic, but just this piece here is soft. But again, you get some really nice detail for the Stegosaurus tail, and I'm really loving these little spikes at the end there. So a little bit of a parts former. And actually, this can clip over and be stored like that. Now, in the directions, it does say there is a port here, and there's a couple options for storage here. One is on the side of his hip here, which is I really don't like. First of all, it doesn't really clip in that well. And if you're playing with this guy, I could see that kind of falling off. It just it looks very obtrusive on the side there. One more option is there is a peg on the back, which is the Gimmick. And again, you can put that on there. That just pegs on like so. And as far as the Gimmick goes, there is a lever here. So basically, if you just go like this, kind of up and down, that is the, what does it say in the directions? The Power Slash. So it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work all that well. It actually works better if you just kind of use your hands. But anyways, let's put his arm down so you can see. So that is the Gimmick. Yeah, I'm just going to use my hands. This is a bit, it's kind of a bit in the way. So basically what it is just a lever back here, and it kind of goes up and down. So that is the Power Slash. It's kind of cool for a Gimmick. It's not bad. It actually works really well. So anyways, just taking the accessories off. So those are the accessories. And getting in closer on the detail on this guy. Really loving the sort of G1 inspired design for this guy. First and foremost, let's look at the head sculpt. That head sculpt is really nice. Get some really nice sculpted detail for the helmet there. You get the horns, and the face is in a nice silver paint with some nice powder blue paint for the eyes. And you get some nice yellow here for under the head. And you get some nice silver paint for the missiles on the chest. It's really cool sculpted detail all throughout the torso. And again, all over this figure is that sort of fleck. It's not just the black paint. You get that sort of little speckled look to it, which is very nice. Overall, a very cool looking Snarl figure. So you get some detail there on the forearms as well. And going down, not much on the legs there. And of course, you see how he transforms into his Stegosaurus. You get a little bit of dino bits hanging out there. On the back, he is very plain and simple, very hollow, as a lot of these Cyberverse figures are. And again, there's the Gimmick there. And total hollowness for the back of the legs, but that is mostly for transformation. And it does have a place here. So if you want to put him on a posable stand, you can do that. So getting into articulation here, his head is on just a swivel, so it can do a full 360. There's also no movement at all, and the back of the head is also very hollow there, so you don't get a lot of movement. And then, like I showed you, the action attack gimmick there is just that lever there, but you can also manually do that. So all these are all just on ball joints. So he does have a little bit of outward movement on the arms. He can do a full 360 on this side. And again, ball joints for the elbows. He does have about a 90-degree ball joint for the elbow there. And on the legs, just getting his legs out, there's no waist swivel. The legs, he can kick out about that much. Again, it's kind of limited because of the waist piece there. But he can kick all the way back. He can kick all the way forward. He has a 90-degree bend for the knee, and also very deep because of transformation. And he has nothing at the feet or ankle, as this is one piece just molded in there. So there's no articulation there. So very bit limited in its articulation, but not bad at all. So let's just gear him up again. And what happened to his fists? Oh, there they are. Kind of get lost there between the fist and the Dino hands there. So let's just put that in there again. Action slash, what's it called? Power slash, snarl. So yeah, kind of cool. Very easy gimmick actually for younger kids. So there is that. And I actually prefer it without this piece. Again, you can just, for weapon storage, you can throw it on the back, but it becomes a little bit chunky there. So there he is. So yeah, let's get this guy transformed into his Dyno Mode and see what he looks like. Just a quick comparison here. He is a warrior class figure, and I have Wheeljack on the right as a deluxe. So pretty comparable. It's a little bit smaller than a modern day deluxe, but there is just a quick comparison between Wheeljack and Snarl. All right, so here we have Dynabot Snarl all transformed into his Dyno Mode, and the transformation was very simple, as it is with a lot of these Cyberverse figures. So let's take a look at his details. So first and foremost, let's take a look at his Dino Head there. And the head just sort of splits. It splits into two, goes on either side of the legs, and then he put it together to form the Dino Head. Now, there's no articulation on the head. It's just a static piece, but you do get some nice powder blue paint for the eyes and some nice detail. You get some teeth there sculpted in. But again, yeah, there's no articulation at the head. Going down, again, you see the nice Stegosaurus bits here going all the way down to the tail. So you see the spikes. And again, just some really nice sculpted detail here. And again, on the side here, you get a little bit of gunmetal gray here for the bottoms of the feet and with the side here. And that is very cool. And then you see his robot mode hands that sort of transform into the feet there. And you see a little bit of toes sculpted in there. So that's how he looks from the side. And you can see pretty much how he folds up there. And then this piece just kind of adds onto the back. It is a little bit tricky. There are two little posts that go into some holes there, so that was a little bit tricky, but otherwise a very simple transformation. Now, as far as articulation and Dyno Mode, they don't have a lot. These front legs can go all the way around, and they do store like that, so you get a full 360 there, but not much else. And then actually on the back here, there is a joint. There's a pin right here, so it does allow for some motion on the back of the leg, so you can actually get some nice motion. You can actually use that for the robot mode as well, but I think it was made for the Dyno Mode legs. So you get a little bit of motion there, and of course the ball joint that we saw on the arms. You can use that. Again, not a whole lot of articulation in the Dyno Mode, and there's no articulation whatsoever at the tail. So yeah, all in all, not a whole lot, but you don't really need the articulation so much in the Dyno Mode. So let's just bring in another Dinobot for comparison. The only other guy I have is the Studio Series Slug, and this guy is just a monster. Love this figure so much. And there is a quick comparison between the Studio Series Slug and the Dinobot Snarl. So there they are. Hey, you Snarl, you little. That was a very awful impression. Anyways, there is a comparison with the size. So this guy's a warrior class. Not really up on my size classes with the Cyberverse figures, but a warrior class seems like a little bit smaller than a deluxe. So there it is, quick comparison. So I'll take Slug out and be left with Snarl. So yeah, very cool figure. I'm happy I picked him up. The gimmick is okay, but I think where he shines is his robot mode. So I'm wondering. I know there's another. I think there's a sludge figure out. I'm not sure if they're gonna be doing all the Dinobots, but it seems to be the trend that if you start one Dinobot, you kind of have to do the rest. So very curious to see what comes also in the Studio Series as well. I definitely want the rest of the Dinobots in those Studio Series figures. But anyways, yeah, this has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching for Cyberverse Bumblebee Adventures. This is the Dinobot Snarl Action Attacker Power Slash. So anyways, thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.